Hey everybody, welcome to my podcast, Becoming Your Own VIP, Mind, Body, and Soul. I'm your host, Rebecca McCants, and let's get to it. So today I'm going to be discussing duality of the relationships within us, the inner masculine and the feminine. Because, it's not always about another person. All the times that you've had breakups, all the times they walked away, or all the times you walked away. It's a relationship you had as an outer experience of the pieces of you that you broke up with, like the abuse, infidelity, toxicity, fear, and insecurities. The things you didn't like to see plain as day in the outer relationship, but internally, we are not breaking up with the internal aspect of us, only the outward aspects. And so then the cycle continues because you have yet to resolve the inner relationship within. We're avoiding it. And we're going out and drinking and smoking and doing whatever that we can to drown out the toxicity and the bad relationship that's abusive within ourselves. And it's time to break up with that portion of darkness within us. Before, and I didn't know it at all for a long time in my life, but before you get into a relationship, it's to understand that all those times when we blame people, it was never about what that person did to us. Both came to each other wounded in some way, with our walls crumbling, and we were looking for them, or they were looking for us, to resurrect or to restructure us in some way to support an internal need that we have yet not satisfied within ourselves. To be built back up. It's not their fault that they tried to change us, because maybe, they weren't trying to change you. Maybe they were trying to apply that gawking, that plaster, to what they saw was crumbling, or to change you, to fill the pieces within them that they needed you to fill. Whenever you have an open hole, something's going to fill it. It's either going to be filled by you, someone, or something's idea of who you should be. And that's what we misinterpret. This is where lacking knowledge impacts us, not only just ourselves, but many. It's the inner you that you are to heal and evolve into a better version of yourself. What I recognize is that we are an evolutional society. It's not about changing. It's not about you not being good enough or any of that stuff. It's about your evolution. It's about you having to take responsibility and to evolve, or the environment is going to evolve you. And it's going to be for positive or for the negative if you're not in control of yourself. The Bible, what I've reflected upon, is filling you up with God's precepts, rules, and his way of viewing you or showing you of how to live so that you avoid those consequences. But of course, unless you choose to conduct yourself in a way that will harm you, that's free will. And for a long time, that's what we do, right? We are doing the best we can. So we know that if you go outside in the cold without a coat, you know that you're going to have some type of repercussion, right? Well, if you go out into a wilderness without tools, you're going to have some type of repercussion. But what if you're fully equipped and also have all the skill sets to hunt and to come home with that food? And if you're out in the winter, to be bundled up, you're not going to be affected and impacted by the environment. No one else is going to have to feel any part of you that is missing. Now, your tools may need to be sharpened, and, your hunting partner or whomever you're traveling with in the winter, they may have some good ideas, some suggestions, but that's what partnership is, right? They're not feeling something that is missing in you. They're just helping you to sharpen your iron, your steel, your understanding. They're not having to put it all on themselves and put their understanding upon you, and vice versa. It's not about changing. It's about evolving. It's about evolving together. It's about evolving as an individual, but your job is to evolve yourself first. Otherwise, you're going to want to put blame on that other person or people or things that are impacted because of your lack of knowledge. This is your evolution. You evolve every time we hit a birthday. It's an evolution every time we hit a new season. It's evolution every time you start a new job. It's an evolution every time you have a child. It's an evolution when you have your next child, because guess what? That last child's not going to be the same as this new child. And you'll have to evolve and change and grow into that new child. What's created by your choice, it's an effect of those choices that are made that impact you and many others. It's evolution. It's your causing an effect in your life and others' lives. There are consequences, and there are things that you are to heal. There are things that you are to heal. There are things that you are to gain knowledge of, so that you're adding to people's lives and that you're adding to your life and not taking away. And you're not becoming that story of victimhood within yourself or causing it upon another person. Your responsibility is to love yourself as you love your neighbor, to be kind and to be generous. These things have no negative impacts, just impacts that add to people. Now, when you're serving a person that is hurt, depending on the depth of the darkness and what all has taken place in their lives, that it's up to them to take it upon themselves to see, give, and receive love, kindness, and some sort of help to help sharpen their own sword and to give them some type of knowledge and an insight, like a lot of us, within our partners do in life, whether it's our parents, our actual spouses, or our friends or other family members. They're doing the best that they can in their own way to help you, to help them. Now, it's truly hurtful sometimes, right? And, that's a different story when that situation comes up. But in a way, it does still help you. It still serves you. It shows you what you do like and what you don't like, what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate. Things that nature, things of that nature. But it's up to you to grow and evolve and to and involve your soul. Again, it's your soul records all of the things that you experience. All of this, you are being measured, you are being weighed, and what story you leave behind through those choices that you make by choosing to love or by choosing to hate, by choosing to hold grudges or choosing to forgive. How you impact your life, it impacts your soul. How you impact another soul. Because the minute you don't forgive that hurt, You don't forgive the things that hurt you, the things when you've hurt yourself. That means you're never going to become and evolve into the person that is able to open up fully to another, to yourself, and to the life that you live. It all begins within the relationship within. The outer world is a duality to what's within. The things you don't like about a person, first pick the thorn out of your own eye. Look at you. What within me is triggering that within me? Where have I condemned myself? Where have I condemned others, and why? Where was that even first planted within me to do so? And there's more stories I'll come up with that I've reflected upon the masculine and feminine within. This is just a topic that I don't think a lot of us, really see. For a long time, that's something I ignored. Didn't even know that the relationship with myself was the key to having a healthy relationship with others, a healthy relationship with God, to teach me the healed version of what love is, not a wounded version. To look within, to heal within, to see all those pieces and parts of yourself that you don't want to see, to feel all those pieces and parts of stories that you do not want to relive. But these are all keys to you embracing a greater, evolved you. You have a relationship within yourself, a feminine and a masculine, both wanting different things. You have an earthly version of you and a spiritual version of you, both wanting different things. And it's time to get to know you, to heal you, and to know the truth. Instead of continuing to patching things up and building walls and layering more and more hurt upon ourselves. It's time for a clean slate. And it begins within you. All right, everybody. Have a great night. And God bless. Take care.